Hi, I'm SimmerRue and welcome to my channel. So in today's video we are here in beautiful NEWCREST and we are building a 3-bedroom semi-affordable family home. So with that being said, let's jump into this build. So we are here in NEWCREST at the Cookout Lookout. That is the lot's name. And I really just wanted a basic white family suburban home. I think this turned out to be 3 bedrooms. We have a main suite, we've got 2 bathrooms, a large living space, a dining area, a kitchen, we have a toddler's room, and then we also have a kid's room, and quite a large back garden. There's also quite a lot for your Sims to do. Now, my inspiration for this home, I literally just googled basic suburban, and I saw this house, and it was really beautiful. The original home actually had like a massive extension on the right, but I just felt like that's kind of unnecessary. I also tried to not make this build very expensive. So you will see that there's not a lot of clutter, even though it does actually end up costing, I think it's 62 simoleons, like 1,000 simoleons. But I could be mistaken. Now, it's round about here that I decided that I wanted a back porch area as well. The house just kind of felt a little bit off-centered, and I did want to go for kind of like a square. I know that sounds weird, but with, yeah, like a square with just some extra accents. Now, coming to the floor plan, I placed down my staircase, and then that kind of divided the house for me. And I really like the way, you know, that it came out. I kind of struggled when we came to the upstairs area, so I do extend that, but we will get to that a bit later. I also went with a bunch of archways. As you can see that I did try to use normal doors, but it just wasn't a vibe. Now this is kind of here where I realized, I don't really like the upstairs area. At this point we only have 1 bathroom. I knew that that doorway was gonna have to be in a corner, and I just didn't like it. We sit with that for a moment. I placed my windows, but once we start decorating, I do extend it, and that is when I add the ensuite bathroom. Now inside, we go with these beautiful light wooden flooring, and then I actually went with carpets in the bedroom, because I didn't want this place to be too expensive. I thought, okay, let's go with carpets, then we don't actually have to place carpets. Even though I do place 2 carpets in the kids' bedroom, so I kind of, like, contradicted myself there. But that's okay. And at this point, also, the house was kind of green, and I just wasn't vibing with it. I've been doing a lot of green builds, but this time it just didn't work. I kind of change it once we get to the dining area. Now here you can see it's cheap couches. I'm trying to use a lot of the cheap objects, but I did spend some on the fireplace. I was very adamant. I don't like the cheap base game fireplace, and I really wanted a fireplace in this house, so that's like 1,000 and something simoleons that I was like, okay, you know what, let's just do this. It's for the best. Now, I also wanted a little bit of a kids' corner because this is a family home, so I add a blarfy and just some toys downstairs so that there's a toy box no matter where in the house your Sims are. Maybe you have a toddler and they sometimes take forever to climb the stairs if you don't carry them. And tomorrow we have a little bit of an update, so we're getting babies and infants. Now, this is kind of why I'm building this house. Not for the infant update, but just because I'm really excited to play with families. I haven't played with families in The Sims 4 in forever. So I'm really excited. I'm honestly so excited. I've got my entire Let's Play planned out, but yeah. Now, here we're moving to the kitchen. I try some things here. I really wanted a tall cabinet because I felt like that would break the kitchen up. But then I also didn't want to place the stove next to the fridge, so there's like an awkward counter that at first I wasn't vibing with, but once I actually like remove the top cabinets here and I make it a little bit smaller, it feels like it makes sense. It feels a little bit more compacted and I quite like it. We just add a fruit bowl and then we just add a plant. Now this is where you can kind of see me starting to struggle in the kitchen. I knew I wanted an extra table, a round table with some chairs. I add a toddler stool, so we've got two, one in the dining area and one in the kitchen. And I just decided to place it smack bam in the middle. At first I didn't really want to. I felt like that was kind of a waste of space, but it actually just worked out for the best. Now you can see that I'm adding the bathroom. I decide, oh, where am I actually going to place this? Because I wasn't too sure. And then I thought, okay, you know what? Let's actually make the main bedroom on the opposite side. And then as I went to go and decorate this child's room, I saw this glitch, this roof glitch. And I tried everything. I tried to remove the roof, replace it. No matter what, that glitch was there. It's because it's like a weird angle roof. And The Sims 4 doesn't really do well with weird angles, like circular things or octagonal things or anything like that. Anything that has to do with like side or circles, it's like a no. So we just cover it. That kind of threw me off because that was not my idea. This really wasn't the idea of why I wanted this room to be decorated. To the point of where I actually forgot that this is supposed to be a toddler's room. But I do go back and then I change it. I also didn't really want to place a computer in this house. I know that a computer is quite a necessity. And secondly, I didn't really want a computer in the kids' room. It just wasn't the vibe for this house that I was going for. But we do change that. Once I changed that room into a toddler's room, we actually place a couch there and it looks so much better. Now we're going over to the main bedroom. I go for a blue theme. I do change out this bed because this bed is really ugly and I tried to vibe with it. Oh my god, I tried to vibe with it. But I just couldn't. It just really wasn't the vibe. I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot when it comes to this build, but I honestly really enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed doing this bedroom. This is the child's bedroom. So we go for this beautiful soft color. I placed this bed and I wasn't too sure what swatch I was going to use, but this swatch just spoke to me. So yeah, we went with that. And then I just decorated the entire room according to this. I love those little shoes that's on the wall. Here we add a dresser with just some flowers and that toddler rabbit. And it's around about year that I placed the toddler rabbit that I was like, oh, that other room is supposed to be a toddler's room. But I only change it once we actually do the main bathroom and I place the toddler's potty because I have ADHD and I basically immediately again forgot that the other room was supposed to be a toddler's room. This is a problem. I need notes. I honestly need to stick notes everywhere so that we can remember. Now this is the main bathroom. I also wanted to place those like counted zincs, but then was like, no, you know what? No, this is children. We can have a toilet there and we can actually place like a cabinet. We can just fill the bathroom up a bit more than actually just placing counters down and putting sinks in them. And I quite like the way that it turned out. So you can see that I placed the potty and then I'm like, okay, cool, let's turn this place up. Let's make it into a toddler's room. First I tried to hide it with a blarfy, but I'm like, no, just place a couch. There we go. And this room looks so much better and I feel so much more confident with it. I love it. There I tried again with the computer, but it was like, you know what? No. There's no space for you, not even on the landing. So instead of a computer, I gave them a radio. So that's nice. You can go and stand on the landing and listen to some music and do some bonsaiing and play some chess. You can listen to music and play some chess. Sorry, I forgot that you can like multitask. I'm not too sure if Sims can play chess and listen to music though, but yeah, I don't know. You can just imagine that in your gameplay. Now we're going over to the porch area. This little octagonal area turned into a little easel spot. I just placed some seats outside. Yeah, there's not really a lot that I wanted to do here. That is the front of the porch. Same as at the back. I think I just place a plant, and then later on in debug I actually like raise one of those hanging plants up. And I wanted a back garden, so we moved the lot up a bit, just so that I can have that indent. Yeah, I kind of decided, maybe I should make the door blue, but I hated it. I love my red door, even though the inside is blue, which, by the way, I'm not really happy about, but the blue just looked the best. I don't want to build blue Suburbans, like honestly, it's not my vibe. But yeah, unfortunately blue just worked in this situation. Anyway, so now we're going to the backyard. Usually I will place my terrain paint first, but I kind of worked a little bit differently here. I also knew that I wanted that metal and like glass table because I really wanted to use this metal table. I just think that it's a vibe. I don't know. I think it matches this house. So we go in with some pavement. I make this beautiful little curve, and I have this idea of by that curve I just want to place some extra planters. We are playing with the seasons pack, so well, seasons is added here, so adding plants I feel like it's a must in a way. And then I'll place these little divider things, and I place them inside of the fence so that it looks like it's kind of in the fence, and then they just extended the fence a bit. There's like a hair that's tickling my nose, and I'm so sorry, I'm not wiping my nose with my hand. I'm not that disgusting. I'm just trying to get that hair out. I've been trying to ignore it the entire time, but it's becoming agonizing. So yeah, I'm actually just making a little corner. I place a lot of gnomes later on, and that's like a gnome nookie, so that was quite cute. This is also where I was like, monkey bars, you are gonna leave. I'm sorry, there's just no space for you. The children, they've got a swing. They can entertain themselves with the swing. I don't know, go to the park. I don't have kids, so yeah. And I think NEWCREST has places for children. I'm not too sure if this neighborhood does. I actually don't think so. This one has the hiking trails and like a barbecue area at back. But anyway, so now I'm going around and I'm just laying some terrain paint, kind of mapping where I want my plants to be, and I'm just actually going around the borders, blending in the house as well. I didn't want to go too overboard with the garden, but I did want a lot of flowers because I feel like that would really match this house, especially around that octagonal area. So at first I got in with these big bushes, but I do remove them. They are a bit much and they kind of feel a little bit messy. So I go for the rounder bushes. They just feel a little bit more neater and organized, which I don't know, this house kind of gives that vibe off. So we go in with a plant. A tree. Of course a plant, we're busy landscaping. And this is kind of, yeah, where I start to raise things up. I just go in with these beautiful orange bushes at back, kind of just mapping out that paving. And then I'm just placing the last of the plant areas. I do add some trees afterwards, but I'm not too sure if that is in the speed build, but I will show that once we actually jump into the build. And that's also on the gallery with the extra trees. So you can download this house if you want to. It's not too expensive. I placed the gnomes and now we're just placing some lights. But let me quickly jump into the build and then I can just show you around. Okay, so here we are back in the game, and this house is honestly so beautiful. As you can see, I did go in and I like played around with this roof just to make it blend in a little bit better because it was a little bit of a mess. So yeah, and roofing, especially when you play around with roofs like this, like honestly, it just sometimes. The Sims, please go in and fix roofing. This is the backyard. Let me quickly show you the floor plan. So here we have our kids' room, we have our toddler's room, our ensuite bathroom, our main bedroom, our second floor landing, where we have our bonsai tree, we have our chase table, and then our main shared bathroom, I guess you can say. Let's just get a closer look. I think this came out amazingly, even though I had to compromise with this bedroom. You can't see the roofing, so it's fine. I think this is a win. It's a win. A win is a win, as they say. Now, please ignore me. And here we have our kids' room. This place, I love this kids' room. This is my favorite room. I don't know. It just feels lived in as well. It's a little bit more cluttered than the rest of the house. The poor parents, they have like basically no clutter. You've got like 3 plants and a book. There we go. And a picture. We ran out of money. Now, let's go downstairs. This is our downstairs floor plan. Here we have a formal dining area, our kitchen, and then our living and like a TV area. I absolutely love the way that this looks as well. There is little Blarfy. Michaela's just enjoying the couches. These couches in this color is actually not that bad. I honestly just wish that we could get some texture because they come forth as being really cheap. And I don't think this material will feel very well. Even though they do look comfortable in a way, I don't know. Just don't know. It's just not really there. Now, this is our kitchen. This kitchen tile is just everything. I am living. My cat is trying to jump onto the chair and failing. So that's what's happening in my bedroom at this point of time. But yeah, there's the house. Thank you so much if you stayed the entirety of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. This was a fun little build. As I mentioned, I did struggle a bit when it came to certain areas, but all in all, this was a really, really fun, cute little house. Unfortunately, she had to be blue, but that's okay. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification button so that you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And with that being said, I'm going to go now, so goodbye. I cannot stress how excited I am for infants in this game. I watched the live stream like yesterday. I know I'm a bit late, but it was amazing. It was amazing.